Hey there in YouTube land, and today we're going to be talking about, well, a contest entry. Rob King recently did his 100th episode, so congrats to Rob King, and if you're not subscribed to him, seriously, the link will be down below in the description box. Get over there, check out the contest, subscribe to Rob, and trust me, you're going to be watching more of his videos. Great guy, English guy who does some really good stuff, reviews and that, collection updates. So we're going to do the contest. There's 3 questions that he asked, and the hardest one for me was the fantasy one. My better half is, well, she's a fantasy girl. This is her thing. So, Lord of the Rings would be her thing. It's not mine. I know Lord of the Rings is a fantastically made film, or miniseries, or a lifestyle, or a movie that you have to spend a weekend to watch. But that's great. I always love to do this because every time I say something like that, she gets this like smirk, like she's going to slap me on her face. But for me, fantasy was a hard one to choose. Of course, there's horror fantasy. There's a lot of different fantasy. I could have chosen. Dark City was a thought. Although that does have science fiction aspects to it, I think it's a fantasy film. It's a fantastically wonderful film, one of my favorites. But the Apodan was another choice from Jacques Remy. I thought about that one as well because I do love the fairy tale aspects. If this would have been a TV series, it would have been really easy. Game of Thrones or Once Upon a Time, both would have been a great choices. But for me, right now, I'm going to choose a Disney one. I'm going to take an animation one. And why animation one? Because Disney goes into a really magical place in a magical world that definitely isn't ours. And it's a great place to visit and to watch and enjoy. And I'm a huge Disney fan. Uh, the one I choose is Beauty and the Beast. I went back and forth between Beauty and the Beast and Fantasia because Fantasia is such a beautiful film. But I relate more to Beauty and the Beast, and not to the Beast is what you'd expect. I grew up in a smaller town. It was actually a fishing village, and the name of the town was called Cowhead. We actually had a rock outside the town that was shaped like a cow's head. True story. But most people there, they were like skidooers and hunters and fishers, hunter-gatherer types, which was not me. I read. I read every book that was in my library, and I ordered it for more. I watched movies when VCRs and CDs came around. I was there to get those, and I was like Belle. So that opening song in Beauty and the Beast, where they talk about what peculiar girl Belle is, and she's reading all the time and stuff like that. That is me, though I did not look that pretty in a skirt. But that was pretty much my life. So when I watched Beauty and the Beast, I really related to it, and I listened to that song, especially the opening song, over and over again. And, all the rest of it's great. The movie's fantastic and stuff like that. But obviously, this is a fantasy film in a different world. Uh, our world, not, as far as I know, there's no talking candlesticks or clocks or anything like that. But unless you're really on some illicit drug. But in real life, no, it's a fantastic fantasy film. I love it. Question number 2. Favorite foreign film? I love foreign films. Something that I've been watching since I've been very young. The theater that I went to was a smaller theater. It didn't have a lot of the newer releases at the time that you'd show. We got movies from Argento, and we got Jackie Chan films way before Jackie Chan had become anyone famous over here in North America. So I was watching him for years before people started to actually watch him and realize him. And I watched a lot of films, watched a lot of French films on TV. Just a lot of fantastic films. Now, recently I watched a movie called The Young Girls of Rochefort from Jacques Demy, and it was fantastic. I'd seen 3 of his movies. The one I saw, only one I saw my own, and I didn't realize it was him because my better half let me clue me in more on who he was Umbrellas of Cherbourg. And although that was, by a lot of people that was considered his big favorite, whatever, it wasn't for me. It's actually the least of all the ones I've seen. I love Put On, which is Donkey Skin, which was a fantastic film and would have been my second runner-up choice for Best Fantasy Film. Just amazing stuff with Catherine Deneuve, just really freaky storyline and just so cool. But The Young Girls of Rochefort, and I know I'm betraying my horror roots here because a lot of my horror friends on here are going to say, why didn't you pick Argento or why didn't you pick Bava? And there are so many great Bava and Argento films I could have chosen. But this movie just really, really resonated with me as I watched it. Young Girls of Rochefort just had such great music. We got Gene Kelly, who does such amazing dancing in there. There's actually dancing from some great, great people. It's a fantastic soundtrack, storyline, and the way that Demi does things. All the actors and stuff in these films all kind of intersect and do their own type of thing, where they basically get their character to be what's the word? Yeah, I'll have all the characters become kind of interconnected, and you will not know all right away how the characters are connected or interconnected, but they will be. And what number 3? What would I like to see you do? Well, you sir are from England, so the one thing I want to see you do is something. You said top 10 lists and stuff like that. And I do want to see that, but I want to see them in a certain way. I've seen some of your collections have Arrow and Shameless in there, and probably Masters of Cinema as well. I'm trying to remember because I watched a few of the videos recently. But I remember Shameless one. I would like to see some top 10 lists of different companies. Of Shameless, Masters of Cinema, Arrow. What do you think are the best ones that came out? It doesn't have to be a top 10. You can have a top 12, top 15. Just what do you think are the best releases in those companies? I'm a huge Giallo fan. And Shameless is a company I've been wanting to get for a while, and I don't really know where to start. I've got a bunch of Arrows, you can see behind me, right there. But I don't have any Shameless releases, and they look so cool with the yellow covers and reversible covers and stuff like that. They don't have a lot of features on them, but they're numbered and everything, and I kind of want to get some in a Shameless collection. So if you can let me know what I should get in Shameless, what I should buy in Masters of Cinema, and if you've said Criterion and Masters of Cinema, can you give me a recommendation on which ones in Masters of Cinema are actually better than the Criterion ones? I know that for a fact that Unibaba is a much better edition in Masters of Cinema than the Criterion one, which I have. Thank you for having this amazing contest. Fingers crossed I can win this one. And here's to the next 100 episodes. Have a great day. Have some tea. I'm actually drinking tea from England, English tea, because I'm kind of a tea guy. And after this video, I was actually going to make a response video, which is going to come out after this one. So right now it is time for tea. And happy 100 episodes. And here's to 100 and 150 more. And let's see where it grows from there. Have a great one. And guys, if you're not subscribed to Rob King, do so now in the link down below.